Teen kids news? Well, that's like saying police cops. What do you mean teen kids? What do you mean teen elderlies? What the fuck is wrong with people? Teen kids news. And just before this, they said green it and mean it. See, there's that whole Luciferian Nazi fucking go green crap. I want to bring this up again too. Isn't it interesting that the two groups that always scream at each other about being this terrible group are always the same motherfuckers that are fucking claiming to be the master race? The first one is the Nazis. The second one is the Jews. The Nazis say they're the master race. The Jews say they're the chosen ones of God. Comes down to the same thing. Same fucking thing. And they all wearing the same color, black. So don't fall for the game. Don't fall for the fucking sad eye stories. Yeah, people died. People die all the time. And people murder each other because of their imbecility. They're being idiots. You know, let me put it this way. They take idioting seriously. killing in the name of God, yet God never told anybody to whack anybody. This is interesting. There's your yellow, and there's your yellow and your purple. So yeah, the two groups claiming to be the master race, yet one pointing the finger at the other one saying how evil you are. Get the fuck out of here. You're all wearing the same fucking colors, and colors don't lie. If you were really against the Nazis, you change your fucking color from black to white, but you won't do that because that ain't what it's all about, right? It's all about power. Okay? Why black? Because black encompasses. It's the most dominant color. Why wouldn't you use white? Because white is all the colors combined, but black is the most dominant. And that's what it's really about, right? Dominance and power and fucking be able to tell the rest of the fucking people what to do. That's what it's really about. Power takes on many forms. This place was set up for power, for energy. But then it trickles itself down into power between one person and another, or one group or another. And that's what this is. And this is just another way of trying to bullshit kids into fucking doing their bidding.
Welcome to Teen Kids News.
And of course, they make her wear purple.
I'm Livia. Here's our top story for this week. This report is brought to you by a grant from the Connecticut Tobacco and Health Trust Fund.
That sounds funny, doesn't it? Tobacco and health. How does that work? Tell you something about tobacco, and the American Indians used to do this too. Tobacco, it does something. They would use tobacco to fight off demonic entities. They would ingest a little bit of it. And so, you know, that begs the question, the reason that cigarettes are now so unhealthy for you is because, well, let me put it this way. Somebody asked me, well, how come they haven't been doing this shit all along or whatever? Well, because everything has its own everything is done within its own time. In other words, everything is working on a schedule. So that, you know, if there's supposed to be a certain amount of demonic presence in the world, then you stymie it. It's kind of like eating unleavened bread. You know, yeast is a very evil thing. Okay? The Indians knew that if you ingested just a little bit of tobacco, you could kill off whatever that is. And so now, you know, that they want this demonic totalitarianism, or whatever the word is, running rampant here, they're cutting off cigarettes because the tobacco doesn't sit well with them. And so now they're teaching everybody it's bad. That way these things have more free reign. You know, another thing is too, and I'm sure you've heard this, you know, salt. They don't like salt. So what are they telling you? Cut back on the sodium. Oh, you don't want sodium. It's no good for you. No, it's a crystal. Crystals and birds are at the absolute height of their evolutionary process as far as perfection. Birds could never be any more perfect than they are right now. They are absolutely 100% perfect as far as the way they're constructed, their flight patterns. Crystals will never get any more perfect than what they are. Salt is a crystal. Crystals are used for vibratory type of stuff. And so those are the two things that in folklore agitate and bother demons or run them off. Yet what are they doing right now? They're telling you, oh yeah, don't eat too much salt. No, you don't want to smoke. And what do? They take smoking out of the bars. And why? Because alcohol, which is considered what? What do they call it? Spirits. There's a reason why. Because people act up when they're on that shit. Well, we don't want to quell that. We don't want to quell that. We want to agitate that. So no smoking. See, we want these things to have, absolute free reign. You know what? There's a lot of truth in all of this stuff. You just have to put it together in the right way. Tobacco's just not cool. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be cool. Cool for who? What man walking this earth deserves for me to be cool? You fucking idiots. You want to be cool? You mean as in, look at the two words they use to describe hell. One is cold, when hell freezes over. And the other one, when you're talking about the woman or the bitch, how come we always refer to a woman as she's hot? You ever think about that? Why is she hot? Why would, if you touch her, is your hand going to burn? No, but you might if you don't fucking start waking up and understanding this shit.
Smoking is not only dangerous to the person who's puffing on the cigarette, cigar, or pipe. Even non-smokers need to be aware of what's called second-hand smoke.
Second-hand smoke is when somebody's smoking near you. You are able
Yes, of course, it's a redhead.
to observe it and breathe it in.
Yeah, you see, the redhead doesn't like it. What a surprise. And not the redheads walking around in the flesh, you idiots. I mean those of that demeanor. You notice this? See the symbol back here? They give you 4 squares. And then here's the symbol. It's the in-between symbol, not the 4 squares. It's the in-between symbol. See it? That plus sign? What a goof.
That's correct. Just to be clear, there are 2 types of tobacco smoke.
So first-hand smoke is the effect of the cigarette that you are smoking. Second-hand smoke is the effect of...
Notice he's got the same symbol on his right there.
Of someone else's cigarette.
Just like first-hand smoke, second-hand smoke can be deadly.
It kills people, like a lot of people every year.
Yeah, that's real scientific. Yeah, it kills like a lot of people. You want to bring that down to what? How many people does it kill? Really? Can you give me a number? You fucking moron. Car accidents kill way more people than cigarettes ever did. You got to understand, this stuff is working on a level of spirituality. People are only seeing the earthly ramifications of things. Yeah, I'll give you an example how that works. Polio. Nobody could stop that shit. People were getting it right and left, crippled and all kinds, dying and all kinds of shit. They finally figured out that it was a 2-part system. Part of polio was virus. The other part was bacteria. And when they figured out how to fight the bacterial part of it, the viral part did nothing. So when they came up with the inoculation for polio, the bacterial part got killed off, and so polio ceased as a disease that was of any major importance in modern times. It's the same thing with all things. There's a physical side to it, and there's a spiritual side. Okay? You've got to fight the shit. You got to fight the spiritual side of this stuff. You got to make it inanimate, and that's what all of these old wives' tales, salt and nicotine and stuff. There's truth to those things. Because people knew about this shit way before we ever came on here and started making videos. And when I say we, I mean me and the other people that are trying to actually help out around here. Not people that are demanding, I need to be worship and praise because I know everything and you're dumb fucking goyim. Or, I'm one of the ones, but you're not, so fuck you. That's not what any of this is about. Everything it's a 2-part system. Everything is physical and everything is spiritual. Everything has a spiritual essence here because it was created first on the other side.